held up by centrifugal force that's created from the ride going around and around and around. And then the ride would come back up, and just like me and my sister, we would run right back around on the line and get right back on it. Well, New Mercies, I've come to learn that just like the hellhole, life will take you for a ride. And sometimes in this ride, the bottom is going to drop out. There's going to be some times where things aren't going to go right. There's going to be some times where all hell breaks loose in your life. I wish I could stand here and tell you that following Jesus is a peak-to-peak experience, that there will never be any low valleys, wide rivers. But God in his infinite wisdom somehow put all these things around us so that we could come closer to him. And on this morning, I could have picked a lot of other biblical characters to highlight, but I believe we identify with this man, David. You know David, Jesse's son. You know David, the shepherd boy, right. You know David, anointed king, killed Goliath. You know David, an anointed one, the man after God's own heart. But even David had to go through a time when the bottom fell out of his life. And the question I have today is, what do you do when the bottom falls out? How do you handle it when you come to the point of saying, I can't take another thing happening? Not another thing. I'm fed up. Everywhere I turn, destruction. This David, yes, he was anointed king, but his family didn't approve of him. He was anointed king. The one he thought it was his mentor was out to kill him. He was running. What do? When every step you take looks like it's the wrong step? But he's anointed. God, you anointed me. I know you called me. Why is this happening to me? Why is my child pregnant? Why did I lose my job? Why is my family going through this? Why my house? My God. David and those men was at Ziklag. We pick up the story at Ziklag. He's returning from being with the Philistine army. You didn't catch that? He was with the Philistine army because the pressures of life drove him to hang out with the enemy. Pressure has some way of doing that. We start to hang with the wrong crowd. We hanging with the wrong crowd. We smoking the dope. We us married brothers, we find that other sister. We do things foreign. And the sad part is, if you read the text, the enemy kicked them away. Go home. What are these Hebrews doing here? Let me give you a little history, where we are in the story. Verse 29, David is with the Philistines, and the Philistines are preparing to attack the Israelites. And some of the princes say, wait a minute. What are these Hebrew boys doing here? There's some of them. Go home, David. We don't want you. Rejection again. Rejection again, because they realized he was anointed. He didn't belong there. And that's some of us today. I remember in one of my weakest times in life, I went to hang out with the old boys. You know, these were the dope smoking boys, the strip club hanging boys. Can I make it plain? Yeah. and they was preparing to do some dirt. And they was like, Rob, what you doing here?